Welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good and staying safe. Today I am going to be making a Patriotic splatter screen wreath. So for this wreath you're going to need one Dollar Tree splatter screen. You're also going to need some deco mesh, and I'm using the 10-inch, and also some deco mesh ribbon that's about 3 inches, and some Dollar Tree deco mesh. You'll also need some ribbon with wire for a bow, and I'm using some Dollar Tree tinsel, and I'm also using some stars that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. You'll need your floral stem wire, your wire cutters, your scissors, and some zip ties, and in the drop-down box below I will write all of this down for you. Okay, first you're going to want to remove the knob off of your splatter screen. Now you could spray paint your splatter screen if you wanted to, but first you're going to take your 10-inch deco mesh and you're going to let out a tail, probably about 3 feet long or 4, and then you're going to take and just gather deco mesh in your hand. You're going to slide your hand down it and make a loop. Okay, let out a little more of your deco mesh, slide your hand down it, make another loop on the other side about the same size, and you're going to make 3 loops for this bow. So I'm going to let out a little bit more, slide my hand down it, and make another loop. Okay. And then that's all of my deco mesh, so I'm going to cut it off. And you'll want a piece of floral stem wire or a pipe cleaner close by. Okay, so I'm just going to take and put all of this deco mesh just like this in my hand, and I'm going to take a piece of floral stem wire and just wrap it tightly around the center of my bow and give it a few twists around the middle right here. Try to get it nice and tight. Okay, you're going to want to leave your wires long, and so what you're going to do is you're going to take these wires and you're going to thread them through your splatter screen. Okay, so we've got a loop on the left, loop on the right, and then I'm putting this one in the center. So this is going to be the top of my splatter screen. So I'm just going to take my wires and I'm just going to thread them through the screen, go to the back, and give the wires a few twists, and then cut off the extra part of the wires. Okay guys, and this is how it looks with the 3-loop bow and the long tail hanging down. And there goes my daughter's coonhound. Next, I am using the 6-inch Dollar Tree deco mesh, and so I am just going to let out a tail, probably about 3 or 4 feet, and then I'm going to make another bow. So I'm just going to slide my hand down the deco mesh, make a loop. Sorry if you hear something, it's my daughter's coonhound trying to get a toy. Same on the right side, make a loop about the same size. It does not have to be perfect. And then I'm going to make a double bow, so 2 on the left, 2 on the right for this one. It's trying to curl up, but that's okay. Okay. So just make sure the loops are about the same. Does not have to be perfect, but try to make the loops about the same size. Okay, now I'm going to cut this deco mesh off and take a piece of floral stem wire and wrap it tightly around the center of this bow. Now the red bow is going to go just below the tail of the white bow. So I'm going to flip the tail over on the white bow, take these wires from the red bow and thread them through the splatter screen. I'm just going to go below the tail, just below the white bow, thread it through, then go to the back and give the wires a few twists and trim off the extra part of the wires. This is also Dollar Tree deco mesh, the 6-inch. I wanted it in solid red, but I don't have another solid red, so I'm going with this one that has the silver in it. And now I'm going to place this bow just above the white bow on the top of the splatter screen. Same steps, I'm going to tie another double bow, but I'm not going to let out a tail. So I'm just going to slide my hand down it, make a loop, keep it pinched tightly in my left hand, go the other side, slide my hand down it, try to make a loop about the same size as my first loop. Now deco mesh tries to tangle up on itself, but that's okay. So I'm going to make a double bow, 2 loops on the left, 2 loops on the right, no tail. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this off and then wrap a piece of wire around the center of the bow. And this is 20 gauge floral stem wire. Okay, now I'm going above the top loop on the white bow, and I'm going to just kind of fold it down, take my wires from this double red bow, thread them through the splatter screen. Sorry, it's sliding on me. So thread your wires through. Then just pull them on through, then give it a few twists. Hey guys, so this is how it looks so far. So I have a double bow at the top in red, then a 3-loop bow with a 10-inch in white, and then another double bow at the bottom with a 6-inch deco mesh, and we let out a long tail. Okay, now I am using some 3-inch deco mesh ribbon, and so you're just going to let out a tail, probably about 12 inches or so. Make a loop, keep it pinched tightly in your left hand, go to the other side, make another loop the same size as your first loop. And just go back and forth, keeping it pinched tightly in your left hand until you get the bow the size you want. So I think I'm going to do a triple bow for this one, 3 loops on the left, 3 on the right. Okay, then remember to let out another tail, and you'll want some floral stem wire close by. And you're just going to wrap the wire tightly around the center of the bow. Okay, so now I'm going to take this bow and I'm just going to put it in the center of the splatter screen, so over the top of the white bow. So I'm trying to make sure and thread it all the way through to the back. So you just kind of have to be patient and thread it through. Same steps. I'm going to go to the back and give the wires a few twists. Okay guys, so this is how it looks so far. So basically all we've been doing is tying deco mesh bows. So now I am going to be using some ribbon to tie one more bow. And I thought the ribbon had wire, but I don't think it does, but we're still going to use it. Okay, so I'm cutting my ribbon into 20-inch strips, and I'm going to cut 6 strips. To dovetail the ends, you're going to take your ribbon, fold it in half with your edges to the left side, go to your fold, and you're going to cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V's on the end. Okay, this is 1.5-inch width ribbon with wire, and I cut 6 strips at 20 inches. So you're going to take your ribbon, and you're going to make a loop, and you're going to want to pinch it, gather it together, and pinch it tightly, and leave a little bit below your fingers. So with all 6 strips, we're going to do the same steps. So you're going to take your ribbon, and you're going to make a loop. Let me turn it this way. Make a loop, pinch it tightly together, leave about a couple inches below your thumb, then add it to the left hand. Try to make your loops the same size each time. Same steps with all 6 strips. I'm sorry if you hear something. It's my daughter's little coonhound. She loves being here with us. So I'm going to continue on, same steps. Okay, now I am going to take a pipe cleaner and go just above my thumb and wrap the pipe cleaner around the bottom of all the ribbons. And I'm going to twist the pipe cleaner tightly around the ribbons. Now you're ready to fluff the loops on your bow. Now I like to take the tails and kind of separate some to the left side and some to the right side first. But you don't have to because the tails are not very long on this bow. You can just take your bow and start fluffing your loops. And ribbon with wire makes the prettiest bows because the loops will stand up. Sometimes it takes a little while to get your bow just like you want. This is not one of my best bows, but that's okay. So I'll make sure and separate some tails so I have some on each side. So just keep working with it until you get it shaped just like you want. And you'll want to use a cheap pipe cleaner so that it threads through your splatter screen easily. Okay, so my bow looks something like this. Okay guys, the wires or the pipe cleaner is just a little too short to go all the way through all the deco mesh ribbon and go through the splatter screen, so I'm going to add some more pipe cleaners. I'm just going to twist them on so you can just kind of place them and kind of give it a few twists to extend your pipe cleaner so you can thread it through the splatter screen. However's best for you, just make sure you get it twisted on where it won't come off. I'm going to add one on each side, so just twist them together. Okay, so now I'm going to have to kind of search to find spots now that my wreath is getting so full. So I'm just going to, I want my bow with the red, white, and blue to be in the very center. So I'm just going to kind of have to look, and you can see it's kind of thick. So I'm going to take my pipe cleaners and just thread them through right there. And you'll want to use the cheap pipe cleaners, not the fluffy ones. So I found a spot that I could fit both of them through. And don't pull your bow too tight to your splatter screen. You want to leave it where it's not sucked against your splatter screen. Okay, so I think I have them where I can pull it through. Make sure you don't tuck in any loops of your other bows while you're doing this. Then I'm going to go to the back and give the wires a few twists or the pipe cleaners and then trim off the extra part of the pipe cleaners. Okay guys, so you could stop right here if you wanted to, and it's very pretty. You could put this on your mailbox or on a tree or on your front door. So lots of options with this Patriotic door swag or splatter screen. So I'm also going to add some streamers with this garland from Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to add some of the sparkly stars too. But you could stop right here, it's really pretty. Okay, so I just let out a piece of garland, about 5 feet or so, found the center of it, and then I'm going to put the pipe cleaner, give it a few twists around the garland, and then I'm going to lift up the tails of the bow, so the white and red tail, and I'm going to take the pipe cleaner from the garland and just thread it through the splatter screen. Same steps, go to the back and give it a few twists and cut off the extra part of the pipe cleaner. Okay, same steps. I decided to use all the garland, so I'm going to add another piece to the front so that I have longer tails. And so I'm just going to scoot over the white and red tail, find a spot on the splatter screen, thread it through. The last thing I wanted to add was a red, white, and blue star to the top of the splatter screen. So what I'm going to do is I've zip tied the 3 stars together, and I have some floral stem wire ready. So I am just going to kind of move the bows back and work these little sticks down around until I get them the height I want. And then I'm going to take some floral stem wire and just wire the stars onto the splatter screen. I just took a piece of floral stem wire or any kind of wire that you can thread through the splatter screen, just thread it through at the top of the splatter screen and made a loop, and that's how I hung up my splatter screen wreath. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share, and please leave me a comment. I would love to know how you're doing, and if you're able to get to go places or not. Our town is starting to open back up May 17th, I believe.